So this right here is the cheapest bike, complete electric bike that you can buy on Amazon. So a few months ago on the channel you might have seen the video where I compared what it's like to ride an e-bike, the Ribble Endurance SLE, against my conventional Ribble Endurance SL without the E. Now like I showed and hopefully portrayed in that video, that bike is amazing. It's incredible. It's pretty much just like riding a normal road bike. It literally looks like a normal road bike. But anyway, those bikes start at like a couple of grand. They're not the cheapest things in the world, but they are an investment. So I thought, let's have a look on the internet, let's have a look on Amazon, and what is the cheapest electric bicycle I can find. And this was it. Now, first and foremost, I apologize. We should be filming this video outside. However, it's north of the UK and it's raining. I don't currently have any floor in the downstairs of my house, so it's probably gonna sound a bit echoey. It probably looks like a building site, but we're just gonna roll with it. Now this bike, which I assume is from China, actually got posted from a warehouse in Poland on the 24th of June, and it only arrived at my house on the 6th of July. So that's like 2 weeks shipping it took, which, all right, it's not like the longest time in the world, but it's also not the fastest shipping time in the world. I wasn't here when the bike got delivered, so I couldn't like check it or anything, but the box was open. I mean, it looks like everything's inside and it all looks fine, but yeah, it's never a good sign when a box arrives at your house open. Let's have a look at what we're working with here. Okay. First things first, it's flipping heavy. So we've kind of just got like the usual plastic wrapping, some cable ties, a lot of cardboard. So it looks like right now there is a little bit of building required, but for the most part, I mean the bike's pretty much built up. Like the back wheels, alright, the back wheel's pretty solid. The front wheel could do with a little bit of air in it, but all things considered, it's pretty much built. The amount of packaging isn't bad considering this is the cheapest bike on Amazon. And even though this is the cheapest bike that you can buy on Amazon today, it still isn't like overly cheap. I mean, this thing still cost me about £430. But considering that it is an e-bike, I mean, e-bikes are normally, you know, they're quite an expensive product with like the batteries and everything, and the motors and the wheels or the cranks, depending on which type of e-bike you get. £400 and a bit of change isn't bad for an e-bike. It's pretty much stopped raining now, so I thought that we'd come outside. First things first, the name of this thing is called the Lentia DYU Electric Bike Smart Mountain Bike for Adults, Folding E-Bikes, e-bike, 50-kilometer range, 10 AH, lithium ion battery, they spelled battery wrong, 3 riding modes with smartphone app. It's quite a mouthful. Let's see how easy this thing is to build up. I don't see any pedals so far, there's none in the bike, and I mean, unless there's some in here, so pedals might be an issue, the fact that it hasn't come with any pedals, but let's just see how easy this thing is to build up, and if we need any tools. I suspect not, because it's all like quick release stuff, but a bag for the seat, that's... Who rides with a bag on the seat? This was actually very simple to set up. We've just got an adjustable seat post here which slides in and out, and then the handlebars is kind of like on this quick release skewer mechanism, so it actually folds down like pretty small. And then to put it all together, we literally just lift this up and it pushes into place like so, and we've got a built bike with no pedals. So I just came back inside, checked the box that the bike came in, and it turns out there is actually another box inside it. We've got this thing here. Hopefully this contains a pair of pedals and also a charger, because so far I haven't seen a charger. Okay, so we've got some reflectors, and is that a light? Yeah, no batteries in there. We have got a mud guard. We've got the battery charger. That's got a European plug. That doesn't work in the UK, so we're gonna have to find an adapter for that. But most importantly, we've got the pedals, and they've even given us a couple of tools, spanner, a little Allen key with a Phillips head on the other side, and one single bolt in the box. That's slightly worrying. And a set of instructions, but who needs instructions? Now, what I have noticed is there is a kickstand on the bike, so it can be like completely freestanding. You know, you don't need to lean it against the wall or anything. In terms of like the general build quality of the bike, it seems pretty good. It looks like it's an aluminium frame. This like casing, I'm guessing, which contains the battery and like the controller and some other stuff, the electronics and stuff. That's just like a hard plastic casing. It does come with disc brakes. They're not hydraulic, they are just like normal cable disc brakes. The chain on the back right here is excruciatingly tight, like that's far too tight. But for a £400 bicycle, you know, it's quite hard to complain about the build quality. I don't have any scales at my house right now, but if I was to guess, you know, it's probably like 15, 20 kilos, so it's not the lightest of bikes in the world. I haven't even opened the instructions, but just looking at the bike, there's a little charging port underneath the back right there, which I guess is where the charging cord plugs in and charges the bike. So I'm just gonna literally turn it on right now. I've got a little on-off switch on the left-hand handlebar, and we're just gonna see if there is charge, and there is charge. All right, so it looks like we've got 3 bars of charge. So we've got a little user interface on the right-hand side here. We've got the kilometers per hour at the top of the speed. We've got ODO, which is the overall distance that we've ridden on the bike. And finally on the right-hand side, we've got the battery there. We've got 4 bars. I'm guessing it's like 25, 50, 75, and 100. So right now we're at 75%, which is actually pretty good for a brand new bike. Then right at the bottom, it's got which mode we're in. Currently, we are in eco mode. So we've got eco, mid, and high. I'm just gonna stick it straight to high. We've also got a lights button. Oh mate, look at that! Yo, that's actually pretty sick. We've got some lights in the bike. And then if we do want a backlight, I guess we've got this detachable light reflector / light thing here, which we need to put some batteries in. Right now we're going to leave this off the bike because we're not going to be riding it at night time. I am, however, going to put this rear defender on because it is raining, and it's always raining in the UK, so we might as well put this on because I don't want to get a wet bum. It's a real easy job to do this. It's literally just a case of taking a bolt out, sticking the mudguard on, and then reinstalling the same bolt again, which is what I'm doing right now. Now, from what I understand, most of the top-end e-bikes on the market today are pedal assisted. So as you start pedaling, there's either a motor in the cranks or there's a motor in the rear hub, and then as you pedal, it engages, you know, the more you pedal, the more it engages the motor, and the faster you go. As you can see on this bike, that's slightly different, however, and it's just a standard single speed chain onto a little freewheel at the back, chainring on the front, but nowhere here in this wheel. Oh my God, what was that? It's got a horn. Mate, that's sick, it's got a horn. Yo, I need one of these on my road bike. Like when you're riding down the road and there's like someone, you know, walking in the road or something, walking the dog. That's what we need, man. That's so sick. As I was saying, however, this bike doesn't have a system where the more you pedal, the faster you're gonna go. It's literally on the handlebars. You've got a little like rip and rev type situation going on up there. So I reckon you don't even have to pedal to get this thing going. I'm just gonna, oh. We've got action. Yeah. Well, it works. That's a start. All right, here we go. Here we go. Yo! I figured before I rode the bike into one of my freshly painted walls, we'd take it outside. We're outside right now. We've got the bike. Here it is. She's turned on. The horn's working. We're gonna disrupt the piece, but let's yo, let's get this thing going. Mate, this is so sick. I'm not even pedaling, but I'm moving. It looks like when I'm not pedaling and I'm twisting the throttle as full as I can, we're doing like 18.8, 19 kilometers. However, to get the real full potential out of this bike, we have to pedal at the same time. That's quite a spinny gear, so to pedal and have the throttle twisted, we're doing like 24 to 25, which is what the claimed max speed is. But my legs are spinning like mental. Look at this. Hopefully the brakes work. Yeah, they work. Okay, so as soon as I pull the brake, the motor disengages. The claimed top speed of this bike is 25 kilometers, which is what it was showing just then on the inbuilt kind of digital display here. But that's using a magnet which is connected to a trip meter on the front wheel. Right here I've got my Wahoo Element Roam, which is a GPS device. I'm going to start this. I'm going to ride as fast as the motor will let me go, and we're going to see if the onboard display is actually telling the truth and the max speed is 25 kilometers per hour. So according to the GPS, the max speed that we just achieved on the bike was 26.6 kilometers. I mean, that's good enough. 1.6k more. That's pretty accurate to me. Now, I think one of the biggest things to note here, this bike isn't made for anything more than a couple of kilometers of riding, in my opinion. The saddle height, this is pretty much it maxed out, and as you can see, at the bottom of the revolution, like my leg is still pretty obviously bent, and even just sat here right now, I can tell this position is not going to be comfortable after a few kilometers. So like, maybe if you live in a city or something, this bike could be beneficial from like going to the office, to the coffee shop or something, but you know, that's pretty much it. You wouldn't want to be riding this bike for any amount of time. That's my favorite bit. It's the following morning right now. I managed to find an adapter. I charged the bike overnight. As you can see, the battery's on full 4 bars. We've reset the trip to 0 kilometers. And this morning we're going to do a range test. I'm always a little bit apprehensive with these bikes when they claim, for example, this one claims to have a range of 50 kilometers. Is it actually 50 kilometers, or are they just massively inflating what it actually can do? So we're going to do a real life test today. We're going to go out on a route and we're going to see how far, how long one full charge lasts. So this morning I also downloaded the smartphone app. It turns out it's got a speed setting which can be adjusted up to 25 kilometers per hour. Basically what this means is the speed when you twist the throttle, that's what the bike goes at. Previously it was set at 18 kilometers per hour, and to go to the full speed you have to pedal assist it as well. However, I just changed it straight to 25, so no pedaling is required. Alright, we're cruising along right now at 25 kilometers per hour. Given that the claimed range is 50, that should be around 2 hours of riding. It is fairly windy today, but let's see what she's got. I mean, so far we've done 2.7, 2.8 kilometers, and we're still on 4 bars, so it's a good start. A 7 kilometer update. We're still on full battery, we're still on full charge, but my back is already hurting, so I found a new position. I've adapted my position into a slightly more aerodynamic one, but also one that doesn't make my back hurt as much. Essentially, I'm resting my arms and elbows on the handlebars, kind of leaning forward. It's just a bit more of a comfortable position because this bike is not comfortable at all. But we're now slicing through this wind like a shark in the Atlantic Ocean.
A great white shark.
So we've ridden 11 kilometers so far and it's just dropped down to 3 bars. But as I pulled over to show you guys, it's gone back up to 4. So I'm not really too sure what's going on right there. But obviously I'm going to stay quite close to home because when it does run out, I don't fancy riding this bike with my pedals, like with my legs, for too long. However, I am going to do like a normal 20k loop that I do on my bicycle. And then I'm going to head home and then kind of do like a 3k loop and just repeat that until the battery runs out. So I decided to make a quick stop on my journey at my mate's cafe in Tarleton. If anyone's from the northwest of England, I recommend you go and check out Boskin's. Great coffee and even better cakes. But after a quick socially distanced stop, it was time to get on the road again. So I've just tipped over onto 1 bar now. We've used up 3. On my trip meter, I've got 26.7 kilometers, but that's not actually true. I actually flicked the off button with my elbow and back on again, which reset the trip meter. I did that at 19 kilometers. So far in total, we've done 47.5. Got 4.3 kilometers to go until we hit the 50 kilometer range statement. Alright guys, 48 kilometers. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but the battery is flashing on zero bars. So I'm guessing at any second now, it's just gonna stop working. The power has dropped off significantly. We're only riding along at 18 kilometers now, and I am pedaling to help the assistant. Oh man, I think this is it. I think that's it gone. The power has literally dropped off. We're doing 12 kilometers when I stop pedaling. I'm gonna call it that and say we are done. So whilst I was riding home just then, the display completely died on me, but in total we managed to get 48 kilometers out of this bike. Given that it's claimed to have a range of 50 kilometers, I think 48 is pretty accurate, and I have to say I am very impressed with that. I didn't think it would last 48 kilometers at all. What I will say though is my back feels absolutely wrecked right now. The bottom half of my back is so painful. The brakes are also not that great at all. As you can see, like, I've done one ride and they're already pulling in all the way to the handlebars. I mean, I can, if I want, go out and adjust the tensioner a little bit to make them a bit sharper again, but in general the quality of the brakes isn't that fantastic. But I mean, for a £400 e-bike, I don't really expect them to be. You know, the way I think I want to conclude this video is this bike is an expensive toy, and that's really what it is. You're not going to be doing any significant riding on this bike. With the small wheels and low saddle height, it almost feels like it's made for a child. I think when I need to nip down to the local shop for some bread, I'll take this bike. But honestly, that's probably it. That is the end of the video. If you've got any cool ideas what we could do with this bike next, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.